You ever met a guy so mysterious, so unreadable, that he almost felt eerie, like he was tuned into a frequency the rest of the world couldn't quite grasp? That's the Sigma male. Ever wondered why Sigma males make people uneasy even when they're doing nothing wrong? Picture this. You're at a gathering, everyone's chatting, laughing, and making small talk. But then there's one guy standing in the corner, observing, barely speaking. He's not shy, he's not anxious, he's just watching. His presence feels different, almost too intense. People steal glances, some curious, others uncomfortable. That guy, he's the same. As Carl Jung once said, loneliness does not come from being alone, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. Sigmas live in that deep space of unspoken thoughts, making them seem, well, creepy. But is it really creepiness or just a different way of seeing the world? Today, we're diving into 7 creepy things Sigmas do without realizing it. Some will make you laugh, some will make you think, and some might just make you say, yeah, I do. So stick around, hit that like button, and subscribe to join this community of lone wolves. This is about to get interesting. Let's get started. 1. Intense staring without realizing it. You ever been so deep in thought, analyzing a person, a situation, or just mentally wandering through endless possibilities, only to snap back to reality and realize someone caught you staring? Yeah, Sigma males know this feeling all too well. But here's the thing. It's not about being creepy or socially unaware. It's about how your mind works. Sigmas are natural analyzers, constantly processing patterns, body language, and unspoken cues. You're like a human lie detector, reading between the lines of what people say versus what they actually mean. This level of silent observation, it unsettles people. The average person isn't used to being studied like a puzzle. They rely on predictable social cues. Small talk, obvious facial expressions, expected reactions. But when a Sigma locks onto something, it's not casual. It's focused, calculating, and often too intense for comfort. That's why some people get defensive or uneasy. They assume you're judging them, when in reality, you're just processing information, figuring out what makes them tick, spotting inconsistencies, or simply zoning out while your brain connects the dots on something entirely unreal. So what do you do when someone catches you? The best move? A subtle nod, a knowing smirk, something that communicates. Relax. I'm not plotting your downfall. It diffuses tension without breaking your frame. Because at the end of the day, Sigmas don't stare at people. They observe through them. And that's a skill most will never understand. 2. Disappearing without warning. In a world where social norms dictate that every interaction must have a clear beginning and a definitive end, the Sigma male operates on a different frequency. You don't linger, you don't seek validation, and you certainly don't perform the social ritual of prolonged goodbyes. One moment, you're blending into the scene, and the next, you're gone. No grand exit, no drawn-out farewells, just a seamless disappearance, like a whisper in the wind. To most, this is unsettling. Humans are wired to crave closure, even in the smallest interaction. A simple "see" you later reassures people that everything is fine and that they haven't been abandoned mid-conversation. But for you, explanations feel unnecessary. Your time is valuable, and when you decide you're done with a social setting, there's no internal debate. You just leave. It's not rudeness, it's efficiency. The psychological effect of this silent exit is what makes it so eerie. Extroverts who thrive on social validation perceive it as ghostly, like you were never really there. It triggers a subconscious unease, making people question if they imagined your presence altogether. And that only adds to your mystique. Yet, if you want to avoid people checking the security footage to confirm you weren't a figment of their imagination, a subtle "I'm out" can work wonders. Or don't. After all, your enigmatic nature is what keeps them guessing. 3. Answering questions with silence. Picture this. Someone asks you a question, expecting an instant reply, but instead of firing back, you just stare, not because you're lost or confused, but because you're thinking, calculating. Weigh your words carefully before responding. But here's the catch. That's silence. It makes people deeply uncomfortable. Most people operate in a fast-paced, reactive mode. They're used to quick responses, knee-jerk opinions, and verbal fillers. But as a Sigma male, you're different. You don't waste words. When you speak, you aim for precision, depth, and meaning. This naturally leads to pauses. pauses that the average person isn't prepared for, why people fear the pause. Silence is a social disruptor. Research shows that in conversation, a mere 4 seconds of silence can cause discomfort, making people anxious to fill the gap. Why? Because silence signals uncertainty, tension, or even dominance. People don't know what's going on in your head, and that mystery unsettles them. In the animal kingdom, the most dangerous predators don't make unnecessary noise. They observe, assess, and strike with precision. Sigma males embody the same controlled energy. Your silence isn't hesitation, it's power. But to the untrained mind, it feels like an interrogation tactic. While silence is a weapon, it's best wielded with finesse. If you sense the other person getting antsy, offer a verbal buffer like, that's interesting. Let me think about it. That's a great question. Give me a sec. I want to give you a solid answer. Let me process that. This tiny acknowledgement reassures the other person that you're engaged, not zoning out. It also buys you time to craft the best response without making them feel awkward. Silence as a strategic tool. A well-timed pause builds anticipation and signals intelligence. Politicians, CEOs, and master negotiators use deliberate silence to command attention. If people are squirming in the quiet, let them. You're in control. Just be sure that when you finally break the silence, your words are worth the wait. So the next time someone freaks out over your pause, just remember silence unsettles the weak, but it empowers the Sigma. 4. Walking with no expression. Sigma males move through life like lone wolves, their presence silent but commanding. Unlike others who exchange pleasantries through subtle smiles and passing nods, the Sigma male's default expression is one of neutrality, calm, unreadable, and often intimidating. This isn't a conscious effort to seem mysterious or detached. It's simply how they operate. Why waste energy on expressions that don't serve a purpose? For the Sigma male, social gestures are strategic, not habitual. Why it's unsettling. Humans are wired to read faces. It's an evolutionary survival mechanism. Analyzing microexpressions helps us detect threats and intentions. When someone walks into a room with a blank stare, refusing to display even the slightest emotion, people naturally become uneasy. Tradamies, an expressionless face signals one of two things: supreme confidence or hidden danger. They might, 1. Is he angry? Is he plotting something? Is he about to drop some life-changing wisdom or just walk past like a... The Sigma male's unreadable demeanor creates an air of unpredictability. And let's face it, people fear what they can't predict. The assassin vibe. Pair that stone-cold expression with a calculated, measured walk, and suddenly you're giving off serious undercover hitman energy. The less you emote, the more others fill in the blanks with their own assumptions. It's why movies and books portray silent, expressionless characters as powerful or dangerous. Think Jason Bourne, John Wick, or the classic silent but deadly archetype. The Sigma male, without trying, exudes this same aura of mystery. Look, you don't need to plaster on a fake grin like a salesman at a networking event. That's not your style. But if you find that your lack of expression is making people uneasy, or worse, making interactions unnecessarily difficult, a small tweak can help. The head nod. A subtle, controlled tilt of the head when passing someone can neutralize the tension. The acknowledging glance. A quick fraction of a second look towards someone before returning to your business can prevent the "is he about to rob this?" Not a full grin, just enough of an upward shift in the corners of your mouth to signal, I am, in fact, a human being. These are not acts of submission, but social lubricants, tools to ensure your stoic presence doesn't get mistaken for something more sinister. Use them wisely, and you'll maintain your Sigma aura without making the whole world think you're secretly plotting something. 5. Being too good at reading people. Ever watch someone's face twitch ever so slightly and instantly know they're lying? That's the power of a Sigma male's perception. It's not magic. It's science, psychology, and years of being an observer rather than a talker. Sigmas are hyper-aware of their surroundings, often noticing micro-expressions, those split-second facial movements that reveal true emotions before someone can mask them. Research by Dr. Paul Ekman, a pioneer in this field, confirms that microexpressions are universal and involuntary. Most people miss them, but sigmas, they catch every flicker of hesitation, every forced smile, and every subtle shift in tone. That's why you freak people out. You don't just hear what they say, you hear what they mean. A change in pitch, a slight delay in response, the way someone's eyes dart to the side, these are all giveaways. And while most brush past these cues, you decode them like a trained interrogator. The unsettling part, you don't even have to try. This ability is second nature to you. And when you casually call out someone's hidden thoughts, whether it's a lie, an unspoken insecurity, or a suppressed emotion, it can leave them rattled. So should you reveal everything you perceive? Maybe not. Sometimes letting people hold on to their illusions keeps the peace. After all, part of the Sigma mystery is knowing when to speak and when to let silence do the work. 6. Not reacting to chaos. Most people spiral into chaos when things go wrong. Frantic energy, raised voices, sheer panic. But you, unshaken, while others are pacing in distress, you're analyzing the situation with a quiet intensity. No flinching, no overreaction, just pure calculation. That eerie calmness, it's not indifference, it's control. Here's why it unsettles people. Humans are wired for emotional mirroring. When someone panics, they subconsciously expect others to reflect that anxiety. But when you don't, it disrupts the social script. They start wondering, do you lack empathy? Are you hiding something? Or did you see this coming all along? The truth, your detached approach gives you a strategic edge. But to avoid coming off as robotic, a simple acknowledgement, yeah, that's rough. It won't compromise your composure, but it'll make you seem a little less like the guy who saw the whole thing unfold before it even happened. 7. Being impossible to find online. In a world where digital footprints are expected, having little to no online presence can feel unsettling to others. When someone searches for you and only finds a dusty, outdated LinkedIn profile, or worse, nothing at all, their minds immediately spiral. Is he a secret agent? A fugitive? A ghost? The truth is, you're just private. Maybe you don't care for social media drama, endless scrolling, or manufactured personas. But society has conditioned people to believe that if you're not online, you don't exist. Or worse, you're hiding something. Ironically, maintaining an ultra-low profile makes you more intriguing. A little mystery can be a power move. But if you want to avoid skeptical glances, a basic digital footprint, like a professional bio or a single casual update, might put people at ease. Or don't. Let them wonder. Because in a world of oversharing, true privacy is the ultimate So Sigmas, which of these do you catch yourself doing the most? Do you think people are too quick to label what they don't understand as a creepy? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to join this community of elite thinkers. Keep embracing the Sigma mindset, because the world will always be unsettled by those who refuse to fit in. Having said this,